Hi everybody, welcome to Cooking with Abba. And yes, today you're seeing the Abba. Yes, maybe you may not see it much in the food videos, but yes, this is your Abba, Cooking with Abba. If you've not yet subscribed, please check it out too. But today we're not going to be cooking, even though we are in the kitchen. Yes, what are we going to be doing? Today is our anniversary. It's 4 years on this journey. We started 4 years ago, 2nd February, and it's been an awesome journey. It's been insightful, it's been impactful for you, for me, for all of us, for the team behind. Yes, I always say a team. We're a big team, just that most of them like to be behind the scenes. Yes, I am the loud one in front of the scene, but that's okay. But for my team and I, thank you all for your support. Yes, a lot of you have subscribed, a lot of you have liked a lot of our content, you've shared a lot of our content, you've commented a lot of our content, and yes, most of you have your notifications on as well. So thank you very much for the support. It's not just about your viewership, it's not just about the subscription, but it's a whole learning between the two of us, which is very helpful because we won't be here without you, and we are here for you. So thank you all for being a part of the journey. My team and I really thank you for the support all through. Yes, the prayers, the monetary part, the food part, the every part is very necessary. So thank you all. But today I'm going to be doing something special. 2 years ago, I remember I sent a survey for questions you may have for me, for the channel, and yes, I know I didn't really get much time to really do that answers in there. So I was like, well, since it's our anniversary, let me just go back to my diary, because I took note of all of them, and then let me answer those questions for you. So today I'm going to be answering the questions I got for questions for Abba. Yes, question for Cooking Abba. But I'll still have that Google form attached to this video. If you have more questions, you can just leave them in. Whenever you have a comment, you have a suggestion, there's something you don't like, something you like, something you're curious about, yes, you can always drop it in for me. I'll always check that form up and then always respond to it as and when is appropriate or there's time to do that. So yes, today that's what I'm going to be doing in there. So the first question that I got was, what actually motivates you? Yes, for me, honestly, I love food. I love food for a reason. I feel when you eat a good meal, you bubble up, you lighten up, you feel good. When you eat a bad meal, it can also frustrate you and get your mood like all basa be like that. So for me, I feel food is one way to actually make people happy and put a smile on people's face. I mean, good food, decent food, healthy food, because you don't eat just for today. You need to nourish your body for tomorrow. So whatever you eat actually matters, and it has to be made with love. You see that thing, then you feel good afterwards. So what actually motivates me is one thing: getting people smiling, happy because of what a good meal they ate. And we always eat good meals. They create moments. They create moments for you. Those are things you cherish for the rest of your life. So it's about the moment around food, good food, yes, and then the joy it bursts on people's faces. Yes, just that sometimes it's a bit interesting that people will be like, Abba, I miss your food. Oh, you miss your food, but you don't miss me. Hey, those people, it's all part of the journey. But I rest my case on that one. The second question, it was, what is your highest level of education? I think this was in 2022, 2023, 2022, thereabouts. Yes, around that time I was doing my master's, but currently I'm done with my master's and I'm working on my doctorate degree as well. Yes, I come from a lineage of teachers. Yes, my grandparents were all teachers, and in the primary, junior high school, my dad and his siblings were all teachers in the senior high schools, and so teaching came like a calling like that. It's like it was in the genes, you're born with it. But I think I like teaching. I love education because it's beautiful to know things. It's beautiful finding new things. It's beautiful, like wisdom is beautiful, knowledge is awesome, understanding is superb. And the best way you can also make impact in the life of others is through education. The more you expose yourself out there, the more your life, like, I don't know how to put it, but education always redefines and refines you, and your mentality and the way you go about things. So I think education is beautiful, and I think everybody should have the opportunity to get good education. And how the people know if someone is not teaching? So some people have to be there doing the teaching. So yes, I love education, and I came from, like I said, a lineage or a lineage of educators. So education is something that, like it or not, in my bloodline it is there. So yes, that's in there as well. And so I think the next question that I got was, do you plan to continue schooling? Yes, I'm currently doing this one. Once I'm done, I think I'll just pause a little bit, enjoy some family time, kids time, and all those ones. Yes, but yes, I think education is beautiful. If you are privileged to have the opportunity to make the most out of it, my advice to the youth out there, to the younger ones out there, maybe to the older ones out there, if you have the opportunity to make the most out of it. If you don't have the opportunity to have the best education or to follow up on your education plans, look out for some of those opportunities. Some of the opportunities you would have to go out looking for it. Some of them will come to you. So whichever way you find yourself, just make sure that you put in that effort to get it for yourself, because it's good for you yourself, it's good for society as well. And talking about education, there are some content I'm currently working on with a special team. Yes, you can definitely cross your legs for it later part of the year, about education, about schooling, the reality. Sometimes people don't tell you the realities out there. Whenever you want to school, whether it's at the senior high school, junior high school, university, choosing your courses, choosing your programs, whether you want to school in your home country, you want to travel outside, the ins and outs, they don't usually tell you the truth. And we know education is expensive. That is a reality all over the world. Education is expensive, but they say ignorance is even more expensive. But we're going to go in there. That's one passion project I really want to do this year when it comes to education. Because sometimes people are in courses, they are doing programs and things that Charlie, and it's not going anywhere, it's leading somewhere else. So that is one passion project you definitely have to look out for on the education form. And yes, about education, please, I didn't do any home econs. Home econs is a very beautiful course, but I never did any home econs course. I've been a business person all my life, and so sometimes people feel like, oh, maybe she's in Cooking with Abba, she's in the kitchen all the time because she did a cooking program. No, I wrote after my BC, I went to the senior high school. I did business. Yes, at Swedish Senior High School, PSA, a very proud one. Yes, and then in the university, I had my first degree in Bachelor of Commerce Management at UCC. Yes, be toughing you for life. The university of choice. You yourself, you come and then you become competitive in there. Then after my first degree in management, I did my master's degree. That was in entrepreneurship and small enterprise development. And I think this channel, it was birthed during my master's degree in entrepreneurship, because I realized, well, I was doing entrepreneurship. What's about entrepreneurship? It's about opportunity exploration, exploiting it properly, and then making most of it as well. So at the end of the day, I can't be just learning it, I have to leave it. And I was doing a lot of food stuff. I think food has always been a part of me. Everyone who knows me from childhood always knows that I love food, I love to be around food, I love to work with food. So even during my master's, yes, I was doing some small gigs in there, cooking, doing some hot meal service, lunch services. I was doing seafood business and all those things. Everything relating to food, I was pretty much there. And I think during the COVID time, I shared that earlier in my journey about how this whole YouTube thing started. But it actually started during my master's time. And I was like, well, let me just take this on. And at a point when the physical businesses and things were a bit hitchy, and those are realities. Sometimes business failures and things happen, but what do you do? So for this was the only one I felt was a bit more flexible, because I've been in school most part of my life, but I've been doing those small cooking gigs alongside. But then sometimes doing the full-time cooking with full-time school, it can be a bit challenging. So I realized, well, let me just focus here, teach people how to do the things, and then let them also learn, and I can also still make my impact in there as well. So that's how come I've been doing more of the YouTube than the physical cooking. Yes, my used to see people, some of them would fighting me that, but you started this one, you stopped, you started this, you stopped. It's not easy to combine it all. Maybe someday we'll talk about it on the channel, some of the realities in doing business, especially food business. Food business is a lot of money, it's a lot of time, there's a lot of dedication and a lot of energy, like physical energy. If you don't have the food business, you're not going to really thrive in there. And the other part about doing business in some parts of the world, like where I'm coming from, where you need to invest that money before you get it, and sometimes sales, a lot of them will be in credits and all those things. It becomes some way as well. And that's for another day. But my degree has never been in food. Funny enough, I remember at a point in time when I was going to senior high school, I had wanted to do home econs at a point. But my old boy, my dad was like, it was home econs. I teach home econs, I do home econs. You can learn it at home. Go and do your business. You always wanted to do business. But I think some way, somehow, honestly, it's been a blessing to me because doing business and things, I think, has really given me that business focus, which has made me more critical and more evaluative of things in the years. I don't think I would have thrived much if I had just gone straight in there. So I think everything in life happens for a purpose, and maybe that's how God ordained it to be. You just go through it and you just learn through it. It may not be your style or what you had intended, but it's always for your good. So yes, my education has never been in cooking, but I actually have plans. Yes, if you want to sponsor me to go and do a culinary school, I would go. I actually wanted to do a culinary course after my master's. I wanted to go in fully, but those are expensive. When I check those schools are very expensive. I can't afford that right now. So maybe someday I would really want to do a professional culinary course in there, because food is art, but food is also a whole something on its own. You just don't do for doing sake, you just don't eat for eating sake. And these days that people are becoming a bit more conscious of what they are eating, which is good. You need people to make the right things also for them, because people don't have time these days as well. And food is a good business all the time. My old boy will tell you, there's no way you do a food business and you be hungry or you should be broke. So it shouldn't work unless you are not doing your math very well. So yes, that is about me, education and food. Yes, my degrees have never been in food, but I'll get one someday and very soon. The next question I see is, why do you love cooking? Yes, I just mentioned that, I think earlier, that I love to cook because food always brings some sort of joy. Good food brings a lot of joy and a lot of happiness and things in the room, in that space. It brings that, that thing. But bad food can cause worse reaction, which can get people very irritated in there as well. But I think for me, it's about showing my love through food. Yes, anyone who knows me knows that a typical gift I would give you, if it's really from my heart, it will be something I actually made. Yes, I usually love to cook or make things for the people that mean a lot to me in life. So if you've not had anything from me, you've not tried my meal, then maybe you're getting outside the circle. You should come inside the circle. But yes, I love to cook for the people I love. It's my love language for the people out there. I like to just cook for people, which is like me showing love to people. And then yeah. But I love people cooking for me. Yes, every time people are like, what are you cooking for me? When are you doing this? When are you doing this? I also love to be cooked for. So yes, make a very nice special one and then send to me. I'll gladly receive that as well. So the next question I see here is, does Cooking with Abba offer catering services? Like I made mention of initially, I used to do some food gigs there. I used to do some hot meals, wache. I used to do some cuttlefish. Yes, I remember I used to do that with Etil and all those for Friday. I used to do stews, soups and all those things. Right, my first food business is actually before national service. So right after completing my first degree, that was the first food business I did with two of my very good friends, Abby and Prissy. Yes, and we were actually cooking for the sandwich students and all those things, breakfast, lunch, and then stews, soups and all those things. So that's the food businesses. I've done quite a lot of them. I've done quite a lot of gigs as well. Some few stuff I've done for like large numbers, like funerals, like conference and all those ones, church dinners and stuff. I've done some of those ones, but like I said, it's demanding physically, like your time, your energy, monetary is also demanding, because for the food stuff, you need to put in a lot of money before you actually would get it back once a person eats all those things. And so on those terms, I realized that I'm not really ready for a full kind of food business. No. I do plan to in the future, not now, because now I need to gather the money, I need to gather the right people. Because one problem I have, or I had when I was doing business, is sometimes the people helping you do the business, sometimes people don't understand the fact that you want to create a certain brand, a certain standard with what you are doing. So you want things to be done prim and proper in a certain way, which your customers would love. But sometimes people are like, oh, we understand, if you do it this way, it's not like that. They easily compromise. So it takes a while to get your team and get a team that understands what you are doing and why you're doing. And honestly, when you get such a team, you need to also keep on motivating them financially and otherwise as well, which is not the easiest. So I realized, well, let me take my time, let me do my homework, let me gather my right team, get all my money and stuff really there, then I can actually go into the food business and things very properly. So you can watch out for that in the future, not now. But you can help me save towards that. So yes, you can help me save towards that. Maybe I should start doing some crowdfunding in there, and you guys will be donating into that one as well. But it'll be good to have a good maybe a restaurant or something, or some hot meals. Yeah, you never know. So just watch out for that. As for the food one, we'll go in someday very soon, but not now, the power chop. Yes, but you can help me save towards that as well. So catering services, no. I can teach you, but catering for you, I don't really have so much time on my side. Unless like Charlie, I have no other choice, or I have to really like, the size is okay and it's okay with my schedule, and yes, is that special? But some people you can't say no to, some people you just want to do because of that. So yes, I don't really do a commercial cooking. No, not for now, but someday, soon, and very soon. This question, I get it a lot, very often. It says, what happens to the food after the practicals? Do you sell it, or do you guys enjoy it alone without us? This question, I keep getting this question. You guys don't ask, where do we get the food items from? Where do we get the things from? Where do we set up everything from? Everybody's always asking, what about the food? What happens to the food? So this is the truth about it. Initially, when I started this whole YouTube thing, because my content were not well planned and stuff, what used to happen was the days when I have time, I just shoot a lot of those things, and then by the time you're done, you have so much. So I just used to give it out to my friends and things. Hey, taste for me, give me feedback on this, give me that on that. That was how it started. But later I realized that is a bit tedious and a bit some way, and that also costly. So I later re-strategized that, okay, since I do a lot of cooking, and fortunately in Ghana or at home, I had the opportunity to do a lot of cooking, like thanks to my family, thanks to my friends. I think it's a good thing if you're a female especially, and you take advantage of the opportunity at home and things to actually cook. It helps you practice. I always tell my office team that I don't want to be married and be practicing on my husband's stomach. Today he eats something and his stomach is, Abba, it's like my stomach is, no. I don't want my husband to be, experimenting with his stomach, no. So for me, it was about learning curve, yes. So I was experimenting with everybody around me. Whenever I say this, they fight me, but that is it. Yes, but that's just by the way. But the reality of the fact is that at a point I had to re-strategize. So when I'm making a meal at home, instead of just making that meal and shooting it later, I'll just shoot what I'm making. So most of the things you see on the channel, they are meals that sometimes it's for myself, sometimes it's for family, sometimes it's for my friends, sometimes it's those gigs I get. So maybe I'm doing someone's food for the person, or someone's order for the person, someone ordered for some stew or something, or some diet something. I just shoot it alongside as well. Just that reality is, shooting takes a lot of time, a lot of organization. I can't be, you bring margarine here, you go look for sugar and bring, no. When you're shooting, everything has to be organized and kind of pre-planned and thought through to get a very good sequence something, and that can be tedious. So honestly, sometimes that is the realities on the ground, and that's what actually pushes your content creation in there. So I moved from cooking, like today I'm cooking for content, to cooking, shooting the content as I'm cooking my normal stuff or cooking or working. So even the party, jollofs and all those ones, those were house events or things that were going on that I took the opportunity to shoot as well. But the food, what happens to the food? If I'm making it at home for family, that is family food. So by the time you come to the house, the food is finished. If I'm making it for myself, then definitely if you visit me, you see some in my fridge and you eat some. But sometimes I also cook for, like I said, for people. And sometimes I actually make meals and stuff that I kind of give out. So maybe I'm doing something new, I've tried it, I liked it. I don't shoot something that has not worked out. That is one thing people may not know. I like to make sure that whatever I'm putting out there, it works, because I get a lot of those feedback where people are like, wow, I tried this and I loved it. Wow, I tried this and it worked out. Wow, I never knew. I feel people do a lot of fake content online because people want views, attraction and all those things. I've been doing this for like 4 years. We still not get monetized yet, but at least we're getting good views, we're getting good feedback, we're getting a lot of direction even into the business things we can do with the food things we are doing. So which is the good part. Because if I come and lie to you that take this amount, do this, you get this result, you do and you don't get that result, would you trust me? No, you won't come back to the channel because you know I'm lying or I'm just waiting for the numbers. But once you do the thing and realize that it's good, you keep coming back. So we have, what I've noticed on the journey is that some of the videos may not pick up there and then, but when people check and they do, it rather helps it as well. So reality is sometimes like I said, the meals I make, some are like for special events, and then some I just make to just give to people to just sample for me and give me their honest opinion as well. So if they like it and if everything is good, then I post. If there's something wrong, I come back to the table, then I redo. So there's some content I've shot like 2 or 3 times because the first one I did, the results didn't come out well. I had to learn from it, do it again, and then again. So that is actually what actually happens in there. But if you want to try cooking with Abba meals, it's not impossible. I know people are always saying that, Marian, and let's come and eat some. Those of you are coming to my wedding because of food. God has seen you. Yes. So let me go to the last question, which is on that. Yes, are you engaged? When people ask this, I'm asking them, why are you asking whether I'm engaged? What has that got to do with you over there? Well, that question, I'll leave it for the gods. I'll leave it for the gods. But I don't like when people hide behind questions. Just say what you want to say. If you are interested, come and tell my parents or send me an email about it. If how do I say? If your eyes are inside, please come and declare. Yes. Don't hide behind questions. People ask all those things in there. But I think, well, social media is social media. I don't put my personal life on social media. No. Yes. No. It's decent and safer. I don't do social media life. No, that's not me. I just want you to learn. We're learning together and all those things. Yes. But if I'm doing my wedding, I may invite you guys here so that you can come and enjoy some of the reception. But like I said, don't hide behind the question. Whatever your motive is, come and declare. Yes. But I want to end with some lessons I've learned on the journey. Trust me, the journey has not been for just you guys, creating content for yourself, for you guys, but for me, myself, for my team, for all of us here, we've learned a lot. And thank you very much to my co-partner. So like I always say, he likes to be behind the scenes and invisible. Yes, this channel thing, from the word go, it's been myself and then PY Ofori. Yes. So usually, I remember when we started, he used to pick the videos. I'll shoot it when I'm cooking. You pick the videos, we'll connect our laptops, so you pick the video, they would edit it and all those things. He taught me how to edit. He angered me to start doing, how do you call it, graphics. And today I can do good like posters and stuff in there. So it's actually been a learning curve for myself, for the team, my marketers. Hey, Charlie, the people who always post. My serial commenters, Charlie, it's been a big team. Oh, the financiers. My mom will tell you, my dad and Code will tell you, my siblings will tell you. Yes, we have serious financiers, and I'm very thankful for them as well. They've taught me a lot of things on this journey. I've learned to appreciate support. Yes, support, because sometimes people go out of their way for you. Yes, people go out of the way for you. Recently, I had to restock and change stuff, and yes, my siblings, like I say, they've been very supportive. My parents, they've been very supportive. My friends, they've been very supportive. My students, they've been very supportive. My office team members, they've been very supportive. My online community, supportive. My social groups and circles, they've also been very supportive. And it's made me really appreciate the fact that you need people. You can't do it all by yourself. Whatever you want to do, you need people. And it's a humbling experience when you start talking from I to we. So sometimes when I say my team and I, people are like, where's your team? But it's taught me to really appreciate people and the things they do for you, honestly. Another thing I've learned on this journey is the fact that it takes time. I've learned a lot of patience on this journey. There are some videos that I do that I've invested a lot of time, a lot of money into those, and you put it online and it's not going 20, 30 views, 40 views, and I'm like, what? There are those days when I started doing YouTube shorts, sometimes I'll put a short there and it's not doing well. I'm like, what? I've put in so much in this, why is it not going well? And I feel like just take it down. Then I remember most days I'll just talk to my co-editor. I'm like, PY, Charlie, this video I'm not seeing top when he's like, Abba, let it be. And sometimes you sleep over and then the next day you realize that, whoa, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, like, wow, if I had taken this thing down, what would it have been? There are content I shot like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years ago. People were not watching that thing. And my mom sometimes is like, do things we don't know how to do. Don't do things we already know. But for me, the whole Cooking with Abba thing is not just about teaching my generation or the generation ahead how to make things easy and simple. Because yes, the main goal is we're doing Ghanaian and non-Ghanaian stuff, but we're making it more easy. We're letting you know a lot of techniques, a lot of processes, a lot of ingredients you can use. But it's not just for my generation and the generation ahead. It's for the generation which is also behind me. Because these days, like it or not, we spend most of our days in school. We spend most of our days working, looking for money to pay bills. So what happens to what? This little cooking and all those things. Those are the people I'm actually more concerned about. That someday they can watch these things and actually learn how to make the same things in a very easier and more available way, or let me put it like that, convenient way. So it's also taught me patience on these things, that some things take time. Sometimes you just have to give yourself time. It's been 4 years, we're not yet monetized. People keep asking for money and things. Please, it's just been put money in, you know. We are not yet cashing out. So please be watching the videos. We're watching the videos because yes, we have over 4,000 watch hours over the 4 years. But you know, since last year, the rule has been that it has to be 4,000 hours per 365 days. So when you stop watching, the 365 days will come, then it is gone. Then we have to start all over again. So please, just make sure that you support us, help us cross very soon. If you keep the support, you keep everything, we can actually go. And talking about the patience thing too, like it's been very like helpful for me as well as an individual, and I'm thankful for that as well. And about the growth thing, I think one thing I like is if you give feedback. I don't like that thing where sometimes you expect us to know. I'm not God, I don't know everything. And the Chiefs have this proverbial saying that no trap crying no who say the chia. So it's those who are whoever is going the path, you don't know how your path is, how your back is, whether it's crooked or it's straight. So it's those who are behind or who are afar who can reflexively give you opinions. So I like it when people give opinions or suggestions. I remember recently this year, I got some feedback when like the thumbnails and some of those things changed. It was good feedback. Sometimes it's typographical errors because we are human, and sometimes last minute doesn't work so well. So some days when you see some of those things, yes, there are issues there. And so when you prompt, it becomes easy. So I remember recently someone prompted me that the TikTok I had even spelled on the mailing was actually wrong. It was because it was a rash something. So I took notes. I was like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I didn't even take notice of this. So I just had to instantly change it so that the next ones, it doesn't go with it. And the thumbnail thing also kind of helped with the feedback in there. And people have suggested other things that have helped us here as well. So as for me, suggestions really are things that I love. If the video is not going well, if I'm talking too much, let me know. Then I know that when I'm giving the narration, this part is not going well. Yes, and it helps a lot. It helps a lot. I remember when I was starting this thing, one critique she gave me was, do the video such that if someone is blind, they can listen and hear you and do it. If someone is deaf, at least they can see and then do it as well. So you're actually appealing to the various senses of people and different people out there. And those kind of criticisms kind of help because sometimes you get lost in the content creation as to what is working, what is not working. Yes, recently I moved to TikTok. It was a criticism from my brother-in-law. He was like, TikTok is doing so well and stuff. Just go to TikTok and then start the community from there as well. I like those kind of criticism or constructive feedback because honestly, the life of an entrepreneur is not easy. So sometimes we love it if you can also help us in that direction as well. Aside that, I've also learned a lot of skills. Yes. So I do a lot of graphic designs these days. The thumbnails you see, the posters you see, a lot of those ones, yes, I'm able to do them these days. I've learned a lot of videography skills and all those ones from the channel. It's by doing that I have learned all of these. So thank you all for that opportunity as well. And talking about those skills, yes, PY, I can't say without him because PY was one who held my hands all through those skills in there. I remember the posters you do, I'm like, this is not nice, do this one this way or find this way. It's like, if you are saying it, go and do it and let's see it, do it and let me see, because what you are telling me and what you are saying, you are confusing me. And that kind of pushed me to start going in there. And then with time, like I said, patience, with time I've learned to perfect, I've learned on the way. I didn't go to school to go and do any of those things. Those are skills I've learned on the journey. And so that's one thing I want to also encourage the younger ones out there, especially. As for the older people, yeah, lives have actually finished or ending and stuff. But the younger ones out there, you are now starting life. And some of the things you need to do is always keep yourself busy, but keep it in a good way and learn on that journey. So pick up skills, pick up things that you will need in the future. When I started this YouTube thing, I didn't know I'd be doing graphic designs and things, and now I'm loving the graphic design aspect. And someday maybe I would want to do some corporate branding, something for people as well. Social media management, I've learned how to do all those things by myself. It's been hard, it's been frustrating, it's been rough at times because I didn't have any education in that part. I just had to make sure I survive because I don't have that money to be paying people all the time to do this, do that, do this, do that. So I have to do it myself so that cost goes away. And there's been a good learning curve out there. So if you are young, if you're out there, please pick up some of these skills, learn some of these things for yourself. You would really thank yourself and then come and thank me later when everything goes on well. So those were the questions you had, and those are some of the things I've learned. And like I said, I won't be here without you. My team will not be here without you. You bring us joy, you bring us fulfillment, you bring us a lot of, how do I say, a lot of good vibes. Yes. Some days, honestly, some days I just don't feel like it's worth it. Some days it just feels like I'm tired because being consistent is not easy. Every Monday, putting something out there. Initially, we used to do Monday and Friday if you took notice, and later we stopped because, Charlie, the life was becoming life and it was becoming more tedious. By the end of the day, we still have to make sure that every week there's a content going out there. And now with YouTube, with TikTok and all those ones, making sure that there's more content going out there as well. And it's not been that easy, but the fact that sometimes the message comes to you, wow, I learned this, wow, this is helping my kid, wow, this is that. Those are the things that actually have pushed us on to continuously give out or bring good content to you. So thank you very much for that support. We're so grateful, and we're hoping to do the next couple of years with you as well. As for the YouTube, we are here for life, and we'll be doing on other channels, other places as well. But if you want to support us, if you want to work with us too, that is also very much open. You can always check us out on our socials, and you can always link up to us on our emails and everything as well. If you want to work with us too, you can just let us know as well. Yes, we'll think about that and talk about that very well too. But till I see you in the next video, which is going to be likely a food video, do live life to the fullest, be joyous, be merry, and lots of love for my team and I think I'm going to eat some food because I have earned myself some Cooking with Abba meal for today, for anniversary. So I see you in the next video. Live life to the fullest, be joyous, be merry. Lots of love for my team and I. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and click the notification button. It is very necessary, and this is Cooking with Abba. Lots of love for my team and I. Mwah.